What about this, though? A little bit cheaper, but...
Not much cheaper.
Under threat. Yeah, you can spend a lot of money. Classic hobby. It's enthralled train fans for decades. Model railways, though, apparently hitting the buffers.
Very good.
A major, heavy this morning.
We are, aren't we? Major online retailer Hattons has announced that it is closing down, and one model railway club says it won't be holding its annual show at the NEC in Birmingham for the first time in 30 years.
So what has gone wrong for those tiny, tiny trains? Our reporter Jessica Lane is at a model railway club in Lincolnshire for breakfast this morning. Well, they're out in force this morning, determined they're not going down without a fight, are they, Jessica? Morning.
Very much so. Morning, John. I was just going to say, yeah, they say here that it's actually full steam ahead for the hobby. So there you go. I thought of another great line there. So I'm at the Market Deeping Model Railway Club, which is in South Lincolnshire. And you're right that they say that even though elsewhere model railway clubs are saying that interest is on the decline, here they say that's definitely not the case. I mean, you can see and you can hear, we've got lots of the members here this morning. There are 80 members of this model railway club and 14 of those are under 18. And one of the members was just showing me this, and this is a replica of a station in the northeast of England. And it's so detailed. All the little bits are hand painted, and I know that the bricks are all painted on individually, and it does look absolutely incredible when you see it. And I'm joined today by one of the junior members. That's Alfie, who's 11. Alfie, I'm just going to stop you painting those cliffs for a minute. How long have you been a member of the Model Railway Club?
About a year and a half.
And what is it you like about being a member here?
I like how they've been really kind to me and given me loads of track so that I can start building my model railway.
And you have some that you are building at your own house as well?
Yeah.
What's the best thing that you've ever built? What's the bit you most enjoyed?
My super quick good shed, but it wasn't really super quick. It took 3 months, and that's really nice. It's like sort of green and yellow. It's a weird combination, but I think it looks really good.
So 3 months, is that super quick for a build in the model railway world?
Probably.
That's very, very dedicated, Alfie. I'm also joined by Peter Davis, who's the chairman of the club. Peter, so the Whalley Model Railway Show, they say that interest is on the decline. They're stopping doing their annual show after 30 years. But you say here that that's not the case. There's still a lot of interest.
It's not the case for us. It's not the case for manufacturers. Manufacturers will tell you that sales are increasing, diversity is increasing, innovation is coming in, lots of things going on the internet. So young people are using the internet and doing things online. May not necessarily be joining clubs, but they're certainly involved in the hobby.
And it is quite an expensive hobby, isn't it? I mean, all the little bits of kit, there's a lot you have to buy, and it does cost a lot of money. Does that rule a lot of people out?
It can be. On the other hand, there's Christmas, there's birthdays, and people save up. So all of our members have been through all of that. I've been modelling for 65 years, or thereabouts, and through all of that, you pick up all sorts of things. So it's not a hobby that you suddenly buy into. You gradually evolve and develop. You develop the skills involved. You develop the stock. You develop the track. So it's not something that you suddenly get all of.
So you can sort of save up a bit of money and get into it bit by bit, like Alfie was saying.
Absolutely, you can, yes, yeah.
And you would encourage people to, I imagine.
Too, right, I would, yes, absolutely.
And interestingly, the Market Deeping Model Railway Club has been in the news before. You had some of your model railways damaged, you had a massive investment, including a £10,000 donation by Rod Stewart.
Rod was incredibly generous to us, yes, and that's helped enormously. It's helped us secure premises, a 25-year lease on premises. It's helped us with rebuilding. So yes, there was an awful lot of donations, both in stock and cash, come from the wider public, for which we're incredibly grateful.
And although it must have been a terrible incident at the time, did it raise awareness of model railways, do you think? Did it get people talking about model railway clubs?
I think it did. I think it did. And in fact, if you looked at Hornby shares, for example, fairly soon after they started to rise, and then came COVID and people needed hobbies, so they used the time locked down to develop their own hobby, because the online suppliers were still there, still working. So yes, our experience is the hobby is not declining at all.
That's great news for you here and for all the members who have come down here this morning. And this is an amazing line. You can see the members here are just painting the cliffs here. They've built all of these. The cliffs are built out of polystyrene. They've got waves that are made out of car body filler, and someone has hand painted every single brick. And there's absolute dedication. It's taken 16 members about 3 months to build this. And people here say that this really is a great hobby for people to get involved in. Very sociable, you can meet lots of people, and also it takes such concentration and such skill that it's really good for your mental health and your mental agility.
That's a good point, Jessica. Thank you very much indeed. They're certainly very agile behind you, aren't you, Alfie and the team?
Alfie's doing a great job.
He really is. That's
Look at
been
him.
great to see. And it's good to go to a club as well, isn't it? Because you don't want one of those taking up the whole of the living room.
No.
The entire...
Do you know what I loved about Alfie?
Yeah.
The way he built a super fast shed that wasn't very super fast after all. It took him 3 months.
That's not super
but he
fast.
kept going. Didn't give
Loads
up.
of you have been getting in touch this morning, not just about model railways, but about gritters. Names